absolutely thrilled today to finally introduce Dwayne Wade as a Chicago Bull. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Believe me, that was a tough hit when Dwayne left. The last 2 years have been hard on the franchise. We've had a very, very tough time. LeBron left. We thought we could get a facsimile of him with Dang, just to fill it. And so we would have Dang and a Whiteside, and we'd have CB, and then we'd have Dwayne. Then we immediately made a trade for Dragic. I said, that's a nice five. We had McRoberts coming off the bench. CB goes down. And then Dwayne leaves. We've had a tough 2 years, but we've been through it before. There's been a lot made about what happened and how it went down. It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't, David. It really doesn't. From the standpoint of what happened, it doesn't make any difference. It's how you deal with it. It's how you come back from it. It's how you go on from it. It's how Dwayne went on from it, and it's how we're going on from it. We'll always love him. We'll never forget him. There was a great line in the book Liar's Poker. I don't know if you read it or not, but there was a great line about a game of Liar's Poker, and the guy that was the very, very best always said, okay, I'll play you one game, 10 million, no tears and no regrets. The guy that wanted to play him went back and sat in his stall because he didn't want to play for 10 million. Dwayne would have played for 10 million. He was that kind of guy. He'd go for it. He'd go for the win, and that's why I think we had an affinity for each other. And he knows how I was, when I coached him, and he knows how we are as an organization. So, regardless of what people think about us, we're rebuilding, and he knows we're going to do it the right way. And no, they come, and they'll come again.
D-Wade going back to Miami, 13 seasons there and 3 titles, and it's interesting because Shaquille has said that he hasn't spoken with Heat team president Pat Riley in months.
Nothing to squash in my eyes, and he's heard me very loud and clear. I'm just appreciative of Pat and what he helped me, what we created together.
What you want to do as the president, as an owner, is even though there's no agreements, there's no undisclosed agreements, there's no promises, is that there are people that are going to be partners with you, for their career. And the one thing that we always wanted to do for Dwayne, and probably was a mistake, is that we always wanted to try to get him another guy to help him win, to help him enjoy the end of his career. But we also knew that we were going to have to ask him to sacrifice. So always trying to slide another guy in for him, and at the same time letting him know, really without letting him know, because he's a partner, that he was going to get his. He was going to get whatever it was over the next 4 or 5 years that he played. And Dwayne needs winning. And if we gave him all of what he wanted, he would have been very angry at me. He would have been in my office and he's going to be saying to me, where are they? Where are the players? It was the same thing with the Big Three when we signed the Big Three. I told all of them and told their agents that, look we got the room. We got $16.8 million for each guy. We got $49 or $50 million a room. And you got it all. You got 3. He said, well, who you got to play with? I said, we got Mario Chalmers at the point guard and Joel Anthony. So we got Anthony at center, CB at power forward, LeBron at small forward, Dwayne, and Mario Chalmers. Well, who else do you have? Nobody. But we got the 3 of you. And so that's when they started to become philanthropic. And we want Udonis, and we want Mike Miller, and we want, okay, they started giving money back. We never asked them to do that, But they were partners in winning at that time, So it's not an easy thing, If we ever had to do it again, Andy and I, we bang our fist on the table. If we ever had to do it again, when LeBron left, should have given Chris the max and Dwayne the max, and that was it. instead of trying to say to Dwayne, I want to get another guy for you, but you got to sacrifice. You know, and that was wrong. We should have given him that then. Now that's a big second guess, but that's on me. If I could have pushed that, and I could have pushed it, I didn't push it. I said, you need to get more talent for him. And so, but somebody was going to have to sacrifice, and it's what it is, you know. So, as I said before, it doesn't make any difference what happens to you. It's how you deal with it. And we're dealing with it. He's dealing with it. You know, we'll never forget him.